Hi, my name's Angela, and welcome to episode 6 of the NewyKnits podcast, where I'm coming to you from a beautiful and sunny day here in Newcastle, in New South Wales. So today I have quite a few finished objects, a number of works in progress, and a fair bit of stash enhancement, because it's been quite a long time since I last recorded. Not much has happened. I finished my master's degree, which is exciting, and I've just been plodding along. Alright, so time for some finished objects. So the first one I wanted to show you is this flax light jumper that I made for my niece. It's the flax pattern by NewyKnits, the flax light pattern. It's a bit crumpled because I've had it rolled up. I got sick of doing the pearl bumps at the side there, so I stopped them halfway through because I don't like purling all that much. And it's made out of Peyton's Baby Dreamtime Merino. It took less than 2 balls of it, so it's a pretty nice jumper for less than 2 balls of that wool. It's nice and squishy and beautifully soft, so I hope my niece enjoys wearing that when I give that to her. And I've made this, which is a knitted hamburger patty. It's from this book, Huge and Huggable Mochi Mochi by Anna Hrachevek, I want to pronounce it as. My nephew asked me to make this 5 years ago and I've been incredibly slack. So this is what the hamburger looks like. I've made everything else except the patty, and it's finally finished 5 years later, so he can put that in his hamburger, which I hope he still has at home somewhere. But we'll wait and see. If not, he can just use it as a pillow or a frisbee, something like that. So that's the meat patty for my nephew. For my friend's daughter, I started making this doll pattern by Susan B. Anderson, who's an amazing doll pattern designer, as you probably already know. And I made this one here, whose name is Morgan, and it came in a kit from Quince and Company, which was really nicely packaged. The wool, I think it was chickadee, which was a beautiful wool actually. I really liked using it. How they spun it was really nice as well, and it came in these different colours. Here, I'll show you. They're all kind of leftovers now. But yeah, it was a beautiful wool, and I think it would make really nice garments. So I finished the doll, and I sent that over to her in America, but I didn't finish the clothes because I was doing uni and I was just a bit lazy, to be honest. So these are the clothes. That's a little dress. Whoop. And then she also has a shawl, which is the smallest shawl I've ever made. I didn't do a very good job up here, but I don't think Morgan will mind. She'll be nice and warm. And then this is like a little cardigan and little skirt, which I think is really cute. We kind of go like that. So I'll send that over to my friend, and she can give that to her daughter to play dress-ups with Morgan the doll. And I washed and blocked those, and they turned out really nice. Alright, time for some socks. I hurt my back in February, so I didn't get much knitting done over the last few months, but now that my back has gotten better, I've been knitting socks like a mad woman, and I've been loving every second of it because I just love knitting socks. So these ones are for my brother. I think they're a Regia, and they're a festival colour. So I think this is the Mount Fuji or Fuji Rocks colour, which is a music festival in Japan at Mount Fuji. And I just really love the colours. And I love working with Regia and Opal. I think I've got the tag up here. Aha. Yeah, Regia festival colour. So that's the back of it. So it's colour 02886 if you wanted to knit them yourself. So I hope my brother likes those. he loves wearing my hand knit socks, which just warms my heart because I love seeing people wearing what I've knit for them. This pair of socks is for my friend's sister. She is getting some cold feet at the moment, and I thought some nice warm hand knit socks would be just nice for her. And they're made out of Knit Pick Stroll and the coloured Dandelion, and I really love that yellow. It's such a beautiful yellow, and they'll be nice and warm for her. And these ones I made for my friend Madeline, and they are out of Yarn Enabler, Rainbow Cake Batter, which is this main rainbowy colour here. So Rainbow Cake Batter, and then the heels are just some random red that I had in my project bag with this wool. So I don't know what it is. I'm hoping it has nylon in it so it doesn't wear out, but they're for my friend Mad, and I hope they keep her warm this winter and that they fit and that she likes them. I've also finished some other socks for myself, made out of Gail's Art, a Gail's Art sock blank, and I really love knitting with sock blanks because you never really know exactly how it's going to turn out. And I got this sock blank when I went to the Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival in Virginia. I think it was Virginia. It would have been 2016, I think, maybe before that, after that, I don't know. Back when they still had festivals and it wasn't COVID and everything was shut down. Yeah, and it was a single sock blank, but she's dyed it, so they've pretty much turned out the same as each other. And I don't know how she's done that, but she has. So props to you, Gail from Gail's Art, because they're just beautiful socks, and I really love wearing them. They're really nice and soft. But yeah, amazing dye job on those. Okay, so we'll go through works in progress now because I have a few things on the needles. I really love Cat Sandwich Fibres as a yarn dyer. Her name is MJ, and I love her tag as well. I think it's great. Yeah, I'll open up a little bit so you can get the full glory of it. And I got this colourway called Free the Orcas. And it's kind of, I think all her yarns, well maybe not all of them, a lot of them do a micro stripe. And that's the ball of yarn. And yeah, really nice colours, kind of fluoro greenish, bluish. And I'm knitting these, I've been watching a lot of Amy Florence's podcast, the Stranded podcast, over the last 6 months to a year. I'm just watching all her back episodes. And she knits her socks on 2mm needles, 72 stitch count. So I thought, I'm going to give that a try with this yarn and see how it knits up and if it wears any better than just the regular socks that I make, which are on a 2.25mm needle, and I use DPNs because I think Magic Loop takes too long to knit socks with. So yeah, I'm really liking those. Just obviously taking a bit longer because of the 72 stitch count. Oh, and this is one of my new favourite project bags. I managed to catch a fat squirrel bag update, and her bags are one of my, I actually, I'm going to come out and say it, they're my favourite project bags. They're just so sturdy, they're really well made. I love the fabrics that she chooses. So this is one of her Christmas bags, and I've wanted one of her Christmas bags for years, and I finally got an update, and this was beyond, what I was thinking of in terms of how amazing it is. So yes, amazing bag from Fat Squirrel. Oh, I'll show you what's in it. Oh no, I already did, let's go. For my next working project, it's in a strawberry shortcake bag because I loved strawberry shortcake growing up. It's just a single sock, so I'll take it off. Oh, sorry, I'll put it on the sock blocker. I took my sock off. These are for my mum because she loves Christmas. So it's kind of like a long gradient. Sorry, it kind of matches in with my jumper. What if I do it? Nah, kind of the same effect. So this yarn, I think it's a Cascade. which is an American yarn, and it has this, you know, twisted kind of, I think they call it barber poling effect, like a barber's pole. And I've just started the second sock, but I haven't gotten very far. So I'm hoping to get this finished for Christmas for Mum. And it's May. No, it's not May. It's 26th of April, so I hopefully will have plenty of time to finish those. Sorry about that cut. My neighbour has a Harley Davidson bike, and it's one of the loudest things in the world. So I just had to stop because otherwise you wouldn't have been able to hear me on top of that. So I think I was showing you my mum's sock made out of Cascade. I think that's where I was up to. So I'm hoping to get the second sock done before Christmas, because today is the 26th of April 2021. So other works in progress. This is in my little Skein in the Big Wool bag, which is really pretty. It has like a knitted moon with rabbits. I picked this yarn up at kind of those craft fairs that go around the big cities. It's called Happy Feet, and it's made in New Zealand, countrywideyarns.co.nz, and I'm knitting a sock with it. But I don't know why, but I'm just not loving it. I don't know whether it's the actual sock yarn or it's the combination of yarn on the carbon needles. I think it's probably just dragging too much. So I'm going to change them over to just a metal needle and see if that goes any faster. So I haven't made hardly any progress with those because I don't really like the wool. Pardon me, but I'll change needles and see how that goes. Then I started this years and years ago. I think it's called Crocodile Stitch, and I thought I'd make a massive long scarf, but I'm kind of sick of doing it because it takes a really long time. So I thought I'd give it to my friend, and they could do like just do a few more rows and do kind of like a short scarf type thing. So yeah, I just need to finish that off, soak it so the wool softens up a bit. It's my first time using Lion Brand yarn in the fisherman's wool, and it feels quite lanolin-y, but I think it will be really nice and soft once it's washed and blocked. And I've just remembered that I have one sock I haven't shown you, so I'm going to pause it and come back. So I bought this beautiful project bag off Pinaguri, who is the needle lady, and she's Norwegian. She's the designer behind the flea cardigan. I can't remember its name in Norwegian, but it's a really popular pattern. So yeah, her name's Pinaguri, and I just put on this little Viking badge that I got when I went to the Viking Museum in Oslo in Norway, which is incredible. So if you get a chance to go to that museum, they have all these refurbished old Viking boats, and they're just pieces of art. They're stunning. But anyway, that was a bit of a sidetrack. So I just finished this sock last night, and this has been on the needles for ages. But I think it's one of my favourite sock. Like, this is a Regia sock, and this is a contrasting My First Regia. And I wasn't sure if they were going to go together, so I texted my friend Beth. I messaged my friend Beth, and I said, do you think they'll go? And she said, yeah, I think so. Just keep knitting them. And yeah. Oh, ambulance. Yeah, and I think they're really quite pretty. So the yarn is this Regia design line, pastel rainbow type thing. And then this is the ball of My First Regia. The colourway is 1815, and I think it's called Leia. And I was actually thinking of buying 4 balls of this and making a full pair of socks, because I really like that colour. But I can't find any in Australia, so I have to buy it from England. So it depends on how much the shipping would be. But yeah, I'm really liking this sock. They're going to be for me because I like them so much. I have to just cast on the second one tonight, I think, and go from there. In terms of knitting plans, the only real knitting plan, well, I've got a baby blanket that I'm going to try and finish for my niece over the coming month or two. I want to knit my nephew a flax, not a flax light, a flax using this Patterns, I forget how you say it, Baby Dreamtime Merino 8-ply, which is beautifully soft. It's so squishy and gorgeous, and it's coming into winter, so I think he would like a nice jumper, and it's machine washable for his mum and dad as well, which will be nice. So now for some show and tell. I can't remember if I've shown these before, and I've got some yarn on the floor as well, but I love watching other people's stash acquisitions. So here we go. Okay, so stash acquisitions. One of my favourite acquisitions over the past year has been Murray & Co. Wool goods. I love everything that she does, and I grew up in the 80s, and she had this hypercolour wool kit, and I love hypercolour. I had a hypercolour shirt back in the day. It was my favourite thing, and I saw this and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to get that. So I'm going to make I think it's called a Pierre shawl by Stephen West, and it's just a faded shawl, but oh, they are glorious, and I can't wait to knit those up. They're on her Pure DK 100% Superwash Merino, 250 yards, 115 grams, and it's beautiful and soft. So that's been one of my favourite acquisitions so far. There's that. And then Little Woolly, who is a yarn store in, I think she's in Victoria, Hastings, maybe. I can't remember where she's from. Anyway, she has these little scrappy packs, and they're $50, and you just get, I think it's at least 100 grams of all these beautiful different minis, and it's a great way to sample indie yarn dyers. The only thing is she doesn't have on there, you know, who dyed it or what the colourway name is, but I'm going to make some scrappy socks out of them. I really love this colour. I don't know what that is, but it's gorgeous. So yeah, fun little pops of goodness. Okay, I'll show you, I've got a pile on the floor. So one of my favourite yarn dyes is Kindred Red. I think her name is Amalia, and she's out of America. And I saw a D-stash of her yarn, and I thought, I just can't pass that up. So I got quite a few, and I think they will make a really nice fade, whether it be a fade cardigan or a fade, shawl. I can't hold them very well, sorry. But yeah, I just love her colour sense. Kind of soft pastels mixed with neon. And, look at those. Stunning. So I'll go through each colour. Oh, and this last colour I got two of. So pretty. Okay. So this one is Lilt. This is on her Rad sock base, which is I think it's 25% merino. 75% merino, 25% nylon. I think her label's cool as well. It's like a opaque paper kind of thing. This one is really pretty. Look at all those speckles. Oh, so good. So this is Dream Motif. This one is really pretty as well. So this one is called Willow's Sweaters. I think it's a Buffy reference, but I'm not sure. Oh, it's so nice. This one is the Crystal Gems. I love those purple, blue and black speckles. And these two are Inner Magic, which are just glorious. So yeah, I'm thinking about doing some kind of fade, but we'll wait and see. But I'm so happy to have those in my stash because they're just beautiful. So Amalia, you'll probably never ever watch this, but your yarn is amazing. Okay, I have all these to go through as well. So I have a friend Maddie who I used to work with, but sadly she's left my work, but you know, onto bigger and better things. And she asked me to make her a pair of socks, and I said, of course, I'll make you a pair of socks. And I wasn't sure what yarn to use, but I saw this new indie yarn dyer called Skip Rope Yarn Company, and they're based in Newcastle, and I don't know that many Newcastle indie dyers, and I thought I would support her in her shop and make Maddie, oh, hang on, the bike is back. So yeah, sorry about that, the Harley was back. So yeah, this is a really pretty yarn, the speckles are beautiful, and yeah, Skip Rope Yarn Company, I think she's based in Mayfield, and the colour is Pop Rocks on Mint. It's her 9 to 5 sock, which is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. And I think the yarn is an Australian yarn as well, Australian grown. I don't know where it's milled or anything like that, but yeah, it's beautiful. So I'll knit some socks for my friend Maddie. And she said she only has a size 6 feet, so it's foot. It's not going to take me very long to make her some socks. And then I wanted a skein of Republic of Wool's Grand Budapest colour for ages, and I'm really disappointed I missed out on Lara from the Four Knits, her Grand Budapest, or you know, all her yarn, because her yarn is stunning. But yeah, this is a Republic of Wool Grand Budapest. It's beautiful, I love it. And then I saw some Knox Yarn Company up for D-Stash, and she is another beautiful hand dyer as well. I love her colour sense. I don't know, probably make some socks out of these, but I'm not quite sure. So this one is Amortentia. I don't know how you pronounce that. And then this one is Sweet Solstice 2016. If she ever had an advent calendar, I would get on that stat because it's beautiful. I think she did. Maybe she has one this year. I'll have to go have a look. I think Jacqueline Salem used to have a advent calendar one of the years that she was still knitting. I don't know if she knits anymore, which is, you know, it's up to her, but I used to love watching Jacqueline's podcasts and her like advent, she used to call it, anyway, you know, where they podcast each day. Yeah, so I think I'll miss watching that this year. So that's a beautiful yarn. And then Squiggle Yarn Company, who is an Australian dyer, had a yarn update a few months ago, and I think she does beautiful yarn. I bought one of her advent calendars a few years ago. I'm not sure if I've shown this. This is Don't Hide Your Magic, which was from the advent calendar. And then she had an update, and I bought this Happy Mind. I think that was on the update, and I've never bought a kid mohair skein. So this is beautiful. It's called Valentine. It's 78% kid mohair, 13% merino, 9% nylon. It's 100 grams and 200 meters. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I was kind of thinking of making a Birds of a Feather colorway. Birds of a Feather shawl by Andrea Mowry. But I don't think I would have enough of this yarn, so unless I added that to it, but that's kind of like I don't know if they go. Yeah, anyway. Squiggle Yarn Company, beautiful yarn dyer. I can't wait to get more of her yarn in the future. Another amazing yarn dyer is Ching Fibre, and this is her black hair colorway. And I got this, I think I got this from Little Woolly Makes as well. It's so beautiful and plump. It's going to be a lot of fun to knit with and make some beautiful socks. Yeah, black hair colorway, super soft sock, 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon, 400 meters and 100 grams. So much fun. And then I saw this also on Little Woolly's website. This is another Australian dyer, Ren and Ollie. I think she's based in Adelaide, but I'm not sure. I just loved the colours in this. That's 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon, 400 meters, 100 grams. Archimedes is the colourway. And it's beautiful. It's quite plump as well. So I'll enjoy making socks from those. And then I think it was last year I got the Louie and Lola, what's it called? Yarn Club. And it was the Colours of Tasmania Yarn Club. And they're just kind of not my jam. They're not my colours. So this was the first one, which was Cradle Pandini. And then this one came next, which is Magic in the Forest. And I think they're really similar. And I actually messaged her and asked if it was a fade because I wasn't sure if it was or not, but she said it's not. And then this one is Lavender Sunrise. So they're 75% superwash Australian merino, 25% nylon. It feels beautiful, and I have another one of her skeins that I just love. But yeah, I don't like darker, variegated tones. So I think I'll still make some socks out of these and give them to my brothers. Maybe brother, dad, mum. We'll see. So yeah, I think that's about it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope everyone's been well during this pandemic. I can't wait for it all to be over because I really want to visit my best friend in America. And I really want to go to Rhinebeck one day. And I hope I get to do that before I'm 50. So we'll wait and see. Thanks for joining me and have a great day. And hopefully I'll see you in another few months. Okay, bye.